Hello, good morning everyone in this video, and today we're going to discuss about our article. And before we start, we introduce ourselves. Let me introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Abdiar Shah. I'm from Vocational High School 1 Surabaya.
Okay, my name is Muhammad Hafiz Rashid from SMKN 1 Surabaya, majoring in multimedia.
Hello, my name is Azharul Putra. I'm from SMK London, majoring software engineering.
Okay, I want to tell about my newspaper. Uh, Titled Iraq Honey Production at the Mercy of Heat and Drought. Asian French press called Al-Raghida, Iraq, an oppressive hit dawn on the central Iraqi province of Babylon, where drought and rising temperatures are hitting this and honey production hard. Beekeeper Mohammed Aidavi knows it all too well as he checks on dozens of hive boxes placed at the feet of town palm trees in the field of Al-Rahiba village. There is no water and therefore no flowering plants to keep the bees satisfied. Aliawi, the deputy director of a local aviary association, told EFP, the earth is cracked and growing melons and watermelons proves difficult due to a recurring drought and intense July temperature often reaching around 50 degrees Celsius. This takes their toll on beestal. The bee needs to constantly forage for the pollen and nectar necessary for honey production. It is in constant movement, usually traveling hundreds of meters to find its bounty, said Aliawi. Who the drought is forcing bees to travel longer up to 5 kilometers to pollinate. The impact, the lifespan of the worker bee, the primal bee that gather pollen and nectar, Aliawi explained. Under optimal circumstances, and the worker bee can live up to 50 days, but in this current situation, it only lives 20 days. In addition, bees thrive in temperature of around 30 since 35 degrees not injuring head. When the thermometer climbs to 50, said Aliawi, the manager of a private honey production. He had moved dozens of beehive workers from central Iraq to 7 sites scattered across the mountains of the northern autonomous Kurdistan region, where the air is cooler and the land thinner. If we don't move the bees, they suffer, he said. Okay, it's just soon next month of Rashid.
Okay, thank you, Muhammad Rafli Ardiansyah. Okay, now I want to read my newspaper about India to push G20 to raise the rates on films earning excess profit zones. India will push its group of 20 partners at meeting is not hosting to support a proposal to price to share of tax multinational companies pay to countries where they earn excess profits. Government official said India proposal which has not been previously reported called temporary optimism among G20 members such as Australia and Japan that the meeting of finance minister and central bankers in Gujarat will make progress on a long await overhaul of global corporate taxation. More than 140 uh, country were supposed to start implementing next year, 2021, deal overhauling the tickets all rules on how government tax multinational the percent rules are widely co- considered out that digital giant like Apple or Amazon can book profits in low tax countries. The push by United States will levy a minimum 15% tax on large global firms, plus an additional 25 percent to tax on excess profits as definitely by Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development or OEDC. But several countries have concerns about the multilateral underpinning major element of plan, and some analysts overhaul as at the risk of collapse. Okay, that's it from me. Next, Arizal Winry, you can read your newspaper.
Okay, San Francisco race for taxi cliffs sharp division of fire safety. Traverse taxi slow down and adapt San Francisco Street and is quickly surrounded by a group of masked figures. One of them placed a traffic cone on the hood of the car. It was a flick on the car stopped in middle of road disabled. This visual screen has been reported dozens of times across the United States capital the past week. The work of activists protecting against the proliferation of robot cars, which they consider unsafe. We believe that all cars are the bad, no matter who or what is driving, said the activist, who asked to be referred by the prosecution Alex to his identity. His anti-car activist group, Safe Street Rebel, is radically pro-pedestrian and pro-bike and not impressed by when Spirit claim that driverless cars are a new revolution model of transportation. Lexus there are just as another way to encourage our dominance. Using traffic control from the street. The activists have been disabled driverless taxi operated by Waymo and Crazy, the only two companies currently authorized in San Francisco. Their resistance has gone viral online ranking of social network at a time which the expansion driverless taxi operation in the city to a full or to or fish. The proposal by the California Public Utility Commission (PUC), which offers an autonomous taxi in the state, will allow Waymo and Crazy to directly compete with Red Shark in such a harbor of light path without driver. A decision, but the issue has caused friction between state and city officials. Members of the South Street Travel, a group of anonymous anti-car activists, plus account on a self-driving robot taxi to the to it during a protest on July 12 in San Francisco, California. This can has been referred dozens of times across the U.S. That's a capital this past week as a protest against the proliferation of robot cars, with the activist conservator UNICEF. Oke, next Muhammad Rafli Ardiansyah.
Okay, thank you so much, Arlis Winry. I want to read my article about Iraq Hanging production at the mercy of hate and drought. Agent French priests for Al-Qaeda Iraq, an oppressive head hits down on the central Iraqi province of Babylon, where drought and rising temperatures are hiding bees and honey production. Or beekeeper Muhammad Alawi knows it all too well as he checks on dozens of high boxes placed at the field of town palm trees in the fields of Al Rida village. There is no water and therefore no flowering plants to keep the bees satisfied. Aliawi, the deputy director of a local affairs association told AFP, the earth is cracked and growing down and was now on power difficult to live. to a lingering drought and intense July temperatures often reaching around 50 degrees Celsius, which take their toll on these two Venus to constantly forage for other pollen and nectar necessary for honey production. It is in constant movement, usually traveling hundreds of meters Point one to say Paliavi, who the drought is forcing bees to travel longer up to 5 kilometers to pollinate. This impact the lifespan of the worker bee, the female bee, the gather pollen and nectar Aliavi explained it. Under optimal circumstances, the worker bee can live up to 60 days, but in this current situation, it only lives 20 days. In addition, we tried in temperature of around 30, since 35 degrees, not in sharing head when the thermometer climbs to 50, Aliawi, the manager of a private honey production, he has moved dozens of beehive boxes from central Iraq to seven sites scattered across the mountain of the northern autonomous Kurdistan region, where the air is colder and the land greener. If we don't move the bees, they suffer his sleep. Okay, it's just for me. Next, Madam Rashid, can you tell about newspaper?
Okay, I wanna read my newspaper for the second round. Okay, India has made a suggestion to get its due share of taxing right on its excess profits of multinational companies. One official said the suggestion have been made on OECD and will discuss extensively during the G20 meeting on a Monday and Tuesday. The official said India has made suggestions to get its due share of taxing right of excess profits of multinational companies. Thus, official who has not been named discussed with the OECD when ongoing. The G20 meeting has not begun. Said India wants significant increase in the tax paid in countries where the firm did business. They did not specify how much India was seeking in India Finance and External Affairs Minister OECD did not respond to requests for comment. Under the agreement, global cooperation with annual revenue over 20 billion euros or to the 22 billion US dollar are considering to making excess profit if the profit exceeds 10% annual growth. Okay, that's it from me. Next, Alisar Windri.
Okay, thanks. San Francisco Reservoir for taxi cliff activity of safety. Driverless taxi slowed down on a dark San Francisco street and is quickly surrounded by a group of masked figures. One of them placed a traffic cone on the hood of the car. It immediately flicked on the car stopped in middle of the road station. The This special skin has been repaired dozens of times across the United States. The capital this past week. The work of activity protesting against the production of robot cars, which they considered unsafe. We realize that all cars are bad, no matter who or what is driving, said the activist, who asked to be referred to by the pseudonym Alex to protect his identity. His anti-activist group, Safety Rebel, is radical, pro-pedestrian, and pro-bike. They cannot embrace white create climb from the driverless cars. New revolutionary model of transportation. Alexis Arias just as another way to enter car dominance. using traffic cones stolen from the state. The activists have been disabling the reflex tax operasi by Waymo and Cressy, the only two campaigns currently authorized in San Francisco. The resident has configured online ranking of million a view on social at a time that authorities are moving to to driverless trucks in the city for the two hosts by service. The proposal by the California Utility Combination CPUC, which offers autonomous taxi in the state, will allow Waymo and Classy to directly comply with red in active south of per of flight, but without driver. But the issue has caused friction between state and city officials. Member of self-street label, a group of anonymous anti-car activists, plus a gun on a self-driving of taxi doing it during a protest on July 12 in San Francisco, California. The scan has been reported dozens of times across the U.S. state's capital this past week as a protest against the proliferation of robots, with the activists on Cedar Conscience. Okay, next, Muhammad Rafli Ardiansah.
Okay, thank you, Ariel Vindries. And I want to tell about my newspaper for less. Iraq honey production at the mercy of hate and drought. Agent French press all already the Iraq and oppressive had beds done on the central Iraqi province of Babylon, where drought and rising temperatures are hitting bees and honey production hard. Beekeeper Muhammad Alawi knows it all well, as he creates on dozens of ice boxes placed at the feet of Tambal trees in the field of Al Rahiba village. There is no water and therefore no flowering plants to keep the bees satisfied. Hmm. Aliawi, the deputy director of a local appearance association called AFP. The earth is cracked and growing melons and watermelon provers difficult due to lingering drought and intense July temperatures often reaching around 50 degrees Celsius, which take their toll on bees to the bees to constantly produce for the pollen and nectar necessary for honey production. It is in constant movement. Usually traveling hundreds of meters of fine is spongy, said Aliawi, but the drought is forcing bees to travel longer up to 5 kilometers to pollinate the impact the lifespan of the worker bee, the female bee that gather pollen and nectar earlier explained. Under optimal circumstances, the worker bee can live up to 60 days, but in this current situation, it only lives 20 days. In addition, bee thrive in temperatures of around 30 size 35 degrees, not in sharing head. When the thermometer climbs to 50, said Aliawi, the manager of a private honey production. There has moved dozens of beehives, boxes from central Iraq to seven sites scattered across the mountain of the autonomous Kurdistan region, where the air is cooler and the land thinner. If we don't move, the bees they suffer, he said. Okay, this is for me, and next one, Dr. Rashid, can you tell about the newspaper?
Okay, for the last one this morning, I wanna read my newspaper. India fight for a higher share of tax for markets where fame to the business is the world's most population country and should not become one of the biggest consumer market in the Indian people average income is set to grow more than 13-fold to uh, $27,000 by the end of 2047, according to a survey by the People Researcher on India Consumer Economy. The G20 host national will also propose that withholding taxation be linked from the excess profit tax principle. The rules now say a country offset the share of tax with withholding tax they collect withholding tax collecting by company while making payment to vendor and employer and limited to tax authorities. The OECD, in a document issued on Wednesday, said a few jurisdictions has expressed concern over allocating taxing right among countries. Effort to resolve this issue are underway with a view to prepare the multilateral convention for signature explicitly. It said, okay, that's it from me. Next, Arizal Winfrey, you can with your newspaper.
Okay, Nafis. San Francisco race for robotaxi cliff some DVD of safety. A driverless taxi slowed down and San Francisco Street and is quickly surrounded by a group of masked vehicles. One of them blast of traffic on the hood of the car. It isn't like on and the car saw matter of this visual screen has been repaired a dozen of times across the United States. That's capital this past week. The work of activity was agency to proliferation of robocars. With they considered themselves, we realize that our cars are not bad. No matter who or what is driving. Said the activist who asked to be referred to by the prosecution allows to protect his identity. His anti-car activist group Street Rebel is radically pro-pedestrian and pro-bike, and not impressed by what Spray claimed the driverless car area. New revolutionary model of transportation. Alexis there is elephant, just as another way to encourage car dominance. Using traffic constraint from the street, the activists have been disabling driverless taxi operators by Waymo and Taxi, the only two companies current authority in San Francisco. That resistance has gone viral online, racking up millions of views on social networks on deemed that authorities are mulling the expansion of driverless taxi operation in the city to a whole 32 hours by service. The proposal by the California Public Authority Communication CPUC, which offers autonomous taxi in the state, would allow Waymo and Classy to directly compete with ride-sharing apps as Uber offline, but without driver. But the issue has caused friction between state and city officials. Number of safety street travel a group of anonymous anti-car activities, plus a common of self-traffic of taxi to disable in during a protest on July 12 in San Francisco, California. This has been referred dozens of times across the U.S. That's capital this past week as a protest against the proliferation of robot cars, which the activists consider UNICEF. Okay, next, Muhammad Rafli Maulana.
Okay, so that's all our storytelling today. Thank you for listening and see you all here. See you next day and goodbye.